After playing for a few hours, I'm here to give my first impressions on the game so far, ahead of my full review coming soon. To start things off, it has a great first hour, packed with some fun action and nicely animated cutscenes that create some mystery surrounding the story and the characters, as it should. The gameplay is really interesting in this one. At first glance, it seemed like a typical Musou game, but it very nicely adds in some action RPG style gameplay to spice things up, and there are so many things you can do during combat. I really like how you can switch between stances with the main character Iori, similar to how things are in Nioh, giving you different ways to play under each stance. For example, so far I have the Earth stance, which is a one-handed style with much slower but powerful strikes, allowing you to tank hits from enemies, and the Water stance, which is a two-handed style with much faster attacks that cover a wide range, allowing you to combo through multiple weaker enemies at the same time. There's also this cool mechanic called Afterglow, which rewards you for remembering to constantly switch stance in battle. How it works is that after fighting in one stance long enough, you glow a certain color, and when you switch to a different stance, you then carry over a specific trait from that stance for a limited period of time. There are also sword clashes that happen mid-fight too, where you have to mash the corresponding button on the screen to win. What's nice about this is that the buttons change every few seconds, so you really have to pay attention. You can also use a bunch of magic spells too. Once you're able to fight side by side with Saber, things start to get really fun. You can command her to perform what this game calls affinity techniques, which are special moves that Saber can use anytime when she has enough affinity points to perform them. Also, Saber sometimes will call on you to team up and perform a link attack, which could be any of the 4 affinity techniques she has equipped performed with Iori at no cost at all, keeping fights full of action. Not only does she fight with you, but you can also switch to control her once the support gauge is full. Playing a Saber is very fun and flashy, since she's much stronger than Iori and can really clear up the battlefield easily. I chose the hardest difficulty, and it's proven to be a decent challenge so far. I can see it getting a lot more intense when I run into much tougher bosses later on in the game, and playing on this difficulty with this style reminded me of playing something like the Ninja Gaiden games. I really like how the devs have taken several steps to keep players wanting to play around with the mechanics mid-fight to gain the upper hand, while at the same time keeping combat engaging and fun. Both the main character and Saber have a full skill tree, allowing you to gain new skills, buff your attributes, and unlock new spells. Plus, Saber can learn more affinity techniques as you progress through the story, giving you the opportunity to equip whichever 4 you like most. The first skill I bought was one that allowed me to use a quick counter attack if I dodge enemy attacks at exactly the right time. This just added to the fun of combat immediately, since it's a mechanic I love in hack and slash or action RPG games.
わしらが今いるのがここ浅草そして吉原はここじゃ
当世の地図はここまで聖地かなかなかやるなおじいさん
The world outside combat is hub-based, so you mainly find yourself running around small towns carrying out different missions inside of them. Each area has trials that require you to do things such as fighting, or even petting the cats and the dogs around the area. Completing these will give you special rewards like skill jewels, which give you more skill points to use on upgrades. I like how it gives you a big incentive to run around and explore areas. The map is also decently sized, and it looks like there will be a lot of hub areas to visit. You can also find or buy different mounts for your swords that not only give you special buffs and stat increases, but change the appearance of your weapon too. A little after the beginning points of the game, it jumps into a classic anime intro, which reminds me a lot of the Fate Grand Order promo videos. It's very nicely done and a great way to start off the game, showing off a lot of cool looking masters and servants to get excited about meeting later on in the game. As for the story, things actually seem interesting so far from a general standpoint, and the main characters all seem to have varied and unique personalities that make watching their conversations with each other really fun. I'm especially liking the dynamic between Iori and Saber so far, and I want to see how their relationship develops throughout the game. Also, the game does a very good job at explaining the concept of the Holy Grail War and how it works, for people who know nothing about Fate and have never played or watched anything surrounding the franchise. The artwork on character portraits is really nice too. I love the art style and designs of characters I've run into so far, as well as the redesigns of characters I already know from previous Fate works. I also always have to mention music in my videos, and in this game so far, it's nice, very fitting and epic for certain scenes. Honestly, so far, it's looking to be the best Fate game I've ever played, and I can't wait to play more. What do you guys think? Does this game sound like a good time to you? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you want to see my full review coming soon, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. For now, I'll get back to playing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Kimi ga 私の呼び人か。